Welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda, and today I'm playing with my Counterfeit Kit challenge and Rainbow Crush with Tara the Paper Snob. And the color for today is coral, and I'm going to do these pictures of my youngest at an artisan market. This is things that she creates, and they're little fruit turtles, which I think are the cutest thing. So I picked out this Nature's Haven paper and this coral cardstock because the Nature's Haven has quite a bit of coral on it already. I have this darker coral, but I'm going to use the lighter one. And it also has berries on this paper, and she has a strawberry turtle. She's also have a blueberry one. She has plain green ones. She's got a watermelon one in there. They are so cute. And then she had dishcloths and all sorts of things that she made crocheting and was trying to sell. So I am gonna make sure this is 12 by 12, and then I'm gonna gut it, and I am gonna gut a lot so I can use it on the foreground of the paper instead of just as a frame. And when I cut off, it was about 1/4 of an inch off of the pattern paper. I made sure to cut off the side that has less of the coral because the Paper Snobs challenge is to use a layout that's 75% of that color. I'm not sure if I made quite 75% this time, but I think I'm probably pretty close. So I am gutting this so that this inside, I went in a 1/4 of an inch. 1/4 of an inch? 3/4 of an inch? Not a whole inch. Anyways, so, and then I'm just going to get this on, and I fight with all the tape. So this one, I'm like, nope, that one's not working, not working, not working. I have this other one here. I've been using up all sorts, still not working, all sorts of tape that I found when I cleaned up my scrap room. So we'll get this one used up too. And then I'll figure out what's going on with my big one that I haven't had for very long. And so I don't actually get this on quite so even. The bottom is a little bit shorter on it, but it's on there and I didn't want to pull it up, so I'm just going to scuff up this bottom part to show a little bit more of that, and then I'm going to make some flips because there's all of these pictures of her table and I would like to get them all layout, and adding them on the coral will help with getting more coral on here. So I'm going to, I did crop some of these down a little bit already. I am going to crop some of the pictures a little bit more, but I'm just trying to be strategic on where I'm cutting it and how much room I have and how much more I can cut off the pictures. Because I want to see all of the table between all of the pictures and not miss any of the parts because they're super cute. So I'm going to put the turtles as her main feature on the top here because, yeah, why not? And then that's going to go there. I have these 3 smaller ones that are going to go there. I have the Instagram post that was advertising it, and yeah, do have to cut these down just a little bit, but I do have room to do that. So I'm just going to cut a little bit off of the sides and get it on. I think this is about not quite a 4x4 square, but it's pretty close. I think it's 4 and 3 3/4 or something like that. But yeah, I get the gist of it, so that works. And then the picture that my kiddo's in is, I think it's a 4x5. These are going to go on. I'm going to put this on to start with and then decide that it's got too much room with that, and I wanted it to be a little bit closer to the larger picture for mat size, which is fine. So I'm just going to take this off. I'm going to line up the top one so that I have room to cut off this one side and the bottom, and then I'm going to line these up so that they line up with the center and then the side that I've done, so then I can just take my trimmer and trim a good portion off. I am going to finish the bottom with my scissors because I got a little like cautious because I don't want to actually cut the pictures. So, and then I didn't have enough to do the whole picture with the like one piece of this left for the one with my kiddo in it, but I do have enough to do um, it overlapping, and you don't actually see that on the page, so that works out. And then here I decide that, yep, I do need to cut a little bit more out off, and so I'm going to cut off the top, and then I can line it up with the bottom, and there we go. Easy peasy. I did very little planning for this. I did know I wanted to um, do some like the flips, and I wanted to get it all on one page. That is in coral, and it says "So Sweet" from the puffy stickers from Nature's Haven. And then I'm going to pull out some of the laser cuts. I'm still looking at the puffy sheet. I do want a little bit on this part, but I was like, if I have it puffy, then it's gonna like make that top picture like kind of wonky when I put it in the folder with the like with the page protector with the um weight if I put them sideways. So I'm like, nope. So I am pulling out the flowers and the leaves. The leaves are very much in that coral hue, and the darker ones are definitely in that coral hue, and the lighter ones are almost more on a pinky side, but I'm going to use them anyway because it adds a little bit of um, difference, interest, definition. I don't know. Pick one of those words. It's all good. So, I do like the way this is going, and then I haven't really decided where my title's going to go yet, but I do know that there's that big space in the bottom that I probably want to do something with. And then I am going to decorate this little card that has some of the information. It has the date on it. It has that it was like kid vendors. Yeah, super cute. I like that. The bee's going to stay there. I thought about moving it, and I'm like, no, it's going to go there. Evie is my busy bee, so Evie gets bees on her layouts. So this one worked perfect because it already has some bees on it. And that strawberry is already on it, and oh, so cute. This one's going to go on top of the picture just so I can overlap a little bit, and then these ones have to go underneath the flap just for how I wanted it to layer. That works out pretty good. Super cute. I like that. And then trying to figure out where some of these last ones are going. I don't know if I want to do another like almost like a shelf is what I was thinking on the other side, but I didn't really like it. I do like this flower down here by where I scuffed up the paper. So those two coral ones are going to go down there, and I think that's pretty cute. Right by the scuffed paper, because why not? I'm still trying to decide what to do with the rest of these. I'm going to tuck one more leaf here and one more flower there so that it just gets a bigger cluster. And then I have a couple more pieces left. So I decided, yep, those two are staying there. And then I'm like, these last two. Because if I don't put them on something, they're going to get lost. So the bee went there. And these two, I need to decide. I'm like, do I stick them more here? I'm like, I don't really think it needs it. Do I do them like they're falling? Nope. How about over by this other bee? And I can draw some attention to the bee. So that there's 3 bees that are visible on the layout. So yay. Because I think they're cute, and why not? And I'm looking to see if I can use any of those for titles, and I couldn't, so I pulled out these thickers, and they're like pinkish and yellow, but the darkest part actually matches that coral color pretty well. So I'm just making sure I spell artisan market okay. And I don't have 2 small A's, but I do have the G or the D that I can change to. So I'm gonna go ahead with this as my title, and I'm just gonna write artisan market because that's what it was, and I'm not gonna be super creative or punny or anything with the titles in A. It's just gonna be what it is. My youngest doesn't always appreciate when I'm punny, so she rolls her eyes at me sometimes, or quite often. And then that was the D made into the A. And then I decided this is too far over. I do want to see all of the title as I have that closed. And so then that's there, this closes, and then I realize that the A is kind of covered too. So I'm like, just move the A over just the tiniest bit, and then there's actually a little dog hair on it too, so that worked to get that off. And then looking at some sparkly bits. So the ones on the colorful ones were more orange, and I didn't really want to get orange, like an orange on here. So I am going to use these clear rhinestones instead, and just sprinkle these around in all the clusters. And I have 4 clusters, which, yeah, that's all good. We could call the top one a cluster too, because it does actually help balance out the page at the top there. But I didn't put any rhinestones there because I didn't. And then close-ups. There is a playlist for Rainbow Crush with Tara the Paper Snob. I will have her Facebook group linked below too, so if you want to play along, she posts every month just after the one that goes live. So after today, sometime today, she usually posts what the next month is. And then you can sign up, and Instagram people can play along too. The Instagram people are listed below, so do make sure you take a look at them and what they've done, because we have some very talented crafters that play along with us every single month, and make sure you give them some love. And I think I got 75-ish% coral on here. And thank you so much for being here today. I would really appreciate if you subscribed, liked, commented, all of those good things. And thank you so much, and have yourself a wonderful day.